Welcome to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection since 1991. I'm Linda Karnauskas, and I want to thank you for joining us on this Friday, September 16th. We have an informative show for you today. We're going to be learning all about the Culturfest, and we're going to be speaking with Sue Schroeder and Mike Jensen. It's that special day in the week when we recognize our sponsors, and before I do, I want to recognize a new sponsor we have. The Owatonna Today Show would like to welcome a new show sponsor, Cedar Valley Services. So if you see them out and about, welcome them to your Community Connection program. The Owatonna sponsors are as follows. Our premier sponsors are the City of Owatonna, Express Employment Professionals, Owatonna Public Utilities. Our primary sponsors are Amy Swain Hearing Centers, Anytime Fitness, Fairway Foods, Little Theater of Owatonna, Owatonna Foundation, United Way of Steele County. Our interlude sponsors are Bremer Bank, Brenda Bednar Mortgage Office, Cedar Valley Services, Glenn Mager and Michael Mager of the Brick Mager Funeral Home and Medford Funeral Home, Carlson Branstead and Company CPAs, ERA Gillespie Real Estate, Fairview Animal Medical Center, Horizon Eye Care, Owatonna Business Incubator, Sign Pro and Auto Trim Design, Steele County Historical Society, Steele County Transitional Housing, the Third Hand Video Productions, Trium Graphics, and TPS Insurance. And we hope that you will go out and support these fine Owatonna businesses that support the Owatonna Today Show and say thanks to them. Without them, the show wouldn't continue. And we're always looking for more sponsors of the show. And if you are a business and would like more information about becoming a sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show, you can contact our show's producer, Leanne at 390-5751. She would love to hear from you. Well, we're going to take a quick break to hear a message, a word from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back to hear all about Culturefest. So please stay with us.
United Way of Steele County has kicked off the 2016 campaign. This year's corporate campaign leader is Go for Sport. Our goal is $700,000. Be part of the change you want to see in the community. Give, advocate, volunteer, live united.
Hi, I'm Brenda with the Mortgage Office of Brenda Bednar, aligned with American Mortgage and Equity Consultants, where closings feel right from the beginning. I'm a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you in mind in everything we do. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Greetings from the Steele County Historical Society. We invite you to visit us and enjoy your county's history at the History Center and Village of Yesteryear. Check our website for current exhibits and monthly programs.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. Well, I want to welcome one of my favorite persons, and Sue Schroeder. I'm getting to know you as you come on the show. Mm-hmm. You're here with the Culturefest, so we want to welcome you all here, and thank you for taking the time out.
Well, thank you.
I have here Mike Jensen and Mike and Sue Schroeder. Mm-hmm. And what is your role with the Culturefest?
My role is kind of marketing, promotion, and then I host the main stage as far as one of the MCs for the main stage.
Okay, and Sue, what is your role with the Culturefest?
I'm the coordinator of the festival and have specifically quite a bit to do with the main stage performers and many of the demonstrators that come and join us that day.
Wow, so you're one busy lady.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the Culturefest before we get into the details of it. What's the history of it?
Well, Culturefest, maybe you can talk. You've been here since the beginning. I came on year 2, so.
Yeah, Culturefest began in 1999 as an outreach effort from the Cultural Diversity Network to put together a time of festive activities for families and children to enjoy here in Owatonna that would give people an opportunity to hear and see music and dance from other parts of the world and to learn more about their neighbors that live together with us in Owatonna who come from cultural backgrounds not the same as our own.
Now, Sue, do you have any idea here in Owatonna alone with the Culturefest, how many different cultures are just in Owatonna offhand, or would you have a hunch?
Well, every year we have an opening parade and ceremony, and we do our best to represent people's ethnic or cultural background through those flags. And this year we'll have over 50 flags that'll be in our parade that'll represent someone in the community. So even in the Midwest, we are a collection of people from all over the world, and this is a day of celebrating that.
Yeah, it's quite impressive, 50. So it's grown. Where would you say it's grown the most from 99, was it, till now, till present day?
I think that the variety of musical opportunities that people have to hear, and the Passport station is particularly popular with our kids. We have about 25 different stations that children will be able to visit this year and get a stamp in their passport. Each of the booths represents a different country, and they'll have an activity, a game, and they'll teach about that country, be it Venezuela or Somalia or Denmark or Germany, wherever in the world that booth has decided to feature their activities. The kids will come by, and they each get a little book like this at their school, and on the pages in the beginning of the book are little places for them to put that stamp, and they can collect them. And then the passport can go back with them to their school. Underpage looks just like kind of the real thing.
Oh, that's awesome, yeah.
And then on the back are the World Passport tests that kids can take, and the 3 levels of World Passport. And as they pass each level, they can mark it. So they kind of have a complete little memory of their year of learning more about cultures all around the world.
And Mike, do some of the classes get extra credit for fulfilling that?
They do. I believe some of the junior high students do get extra credit for doing that activity. You know, we're so incredibly thankful to all of the colleges and universities that help us underwrite this program. We've been very pleased over the years to have anywhere from 12 to 13 colleges and universities step up and help make this program possible. And each student in Steele County, we print 7,000 of these passports. And they receive one to be able to bring to the festival. If they forget, lose it, or you don't have one, don't worry about it. We've got more at the festival.
Okay. Still
come anyway. But it's a great way to kind of encourage children to go around, or families, and we've had adults go around and do these as well. One of the things you talked about, areas that have grown and expand, I think the demonstration area has been a significant area of really seeing some hands-on demonstration of various activities, things like that. Maybe talk to some of those, or some of the new ones this year that people will get to see.
Sure. Sandy Lowe from the Hmong Cultural Center is going to be with us, and her booth will feature the Hmong culture. Kids will be involved in learning and doing an activity there, and we have not had a booth about the Hmong culture before, so we're excited about that. We have JD and Vicki Doth, who are going to talk to us about what life was like pre-1840s in the U.S. during the Buckskinner era, and they'll be all set up with camp and in their traditional clothing to show us about moccasin making that comes from the Iroquois native people. We have with us a Slovakian egg decorator. So in Slovakia, there was a particular style of egg decorating, and she learned that through her heritage and is going to come and show us how that is done. We have a potter with us. We have a henna artist with us. We have the Lace Society will be back, and that's a popular booth. They show lace that was originated in Belgium and in France.
Wow.
So and give kids a chance to try it for themselves.
Okay. Now this is the second year that one of the features events is the Culture Race. What's exciting about it this year over last year? Yeah, you had some news in that area.
We do. We're super excited this year. The Amazing Culture Race, it's for anybody that's watched the CBS hit show, The Amazing Race, it's modeled after that. And the first time that we did it, each of the entrants paid a fairly hefty fee to be able to be a part of it. But we were very fortunate this year in that Thrivent stepped up to the plate and said, you know what, we want to underwrite that. So they're underwriting the race for us. Right now we have 7 teams that have committed. We have capacity for 12, so I would encourage folks to go out to our website, culturfest.org, to look for the details on how they might sign up. The cool thing about this race is each of the teams will be racing, and the prize or the proceeds at the end, if they win, they get to pick a charity that will benefit, and the proceeds actually go to the charity, not to them. So you're really racing for a charity. Some of the charities that we have so far are United Way, Owatonna Figure Skating Club, Wilson Wildcat Pantry, Big Brother Big Sister of Steele County.
Steele County Historical Society.
I think Wilson PTO has a team. So a variety of different teams that are already lined up, and we're super excited about that. That's going to be a fun activity. And it isn't all about the physical bike riding, because that's not, I mean, it's really about the challenges and figuring those out. I know the last time, I think one of the stations, they had to make lefts and had to make it a certain way, and as you traditionally would. So think of the show, and it's really modeled after that.
Let's get people excited about the Culturfest. It's obviously, people love it. It's been coming back year after year. Take us through what the Culturfest will look like. What will it begin with? Where will it start? That type of thing.
10:30 in the morning will begin at Northwoods Theater. The parade will proceed from there onto the grounds, and then we'll have an opening ceremony and a recognition of flags from all countries. And the national anthem for the U.S. will be performed. And then we kick off. So the main stage acts begin that day with dancers and music from various parts of the world. We'll have our booths open, and the demonstrators will begin. The race will be underway, so there'll be a lot of things that will be getting started right away then at 11 o'clock. The food court opens, so people will have a chance to enjoy a taste from different places in the world.
And where
as well.
is that, at the food court and all that?
It's all right there
Right
at
on
Festival
grounds.
Grounds.
Oh, okay.
It's all at Wilson School grounds.
Oh,
is where
okay,
this all
okay.
is held.
Okay.
And we'll have anywhere from 2,500 to 3,000 people come out for the day.
Wow, that's exciting.
It is.
Now, are there proceeds from the event? Do you
At the end of the day?
Yeah.
We really roll them all back into the program and into the entertainment.
So it's just to share, it goes right back in. So you're self-existing, correct?
Right.
Well, we are primarily sponsored this year through a grant through the Southeastern Minnesota Arts Council that came through to us as part of the legacy, the Clean Water, Land, and Legacy amendment that was passed a few years ago. And so we are a fortunate benefactor of that. And the junior high also has a residency this month before the festival that's also funded similarly through the Southeastern Minnesota Arts Council, specifically for schools.
Right. And we have this great booklet that'll be out, correct?
They will be all over town, all of the coffee shops, doctors' offices, things like that, so people can grab one and read up about the festival, or visit our website, culturfest.org. There's a great video there, too, of the festival. It gives a nice overview of what you can expect and what's going to happen.
What's the entertainment?
Main stage?
Main stage?
Yeah. All right, so Justin Roberts and Gerald Dowd are going to be with us. Justin's a Grammy Award nominee for singer-songwriter of children's songs. And we have a Hmong dance group that'll be with us, a Venezuelan dance group, flamenco dancers, which were really popular a few years ago, are back for the second time with us. Our featured group is Dunya Dance and Drum, and they are a group with Guinea, West African dance and music. They're going to also be at the junior high and with us for professional performance at Culturfest. So those are the primary groups that we have on main stage, and then we'll have a World Geography bee that will finish the day with local students who have done very well in the World Passport program.
How many volunteers, just quickly, help you with this every year?
Over 100 probably are with us, yeah.
Well, congratulations. We wish the Culturfest continued success, and we thank you both what you do for our community. It's really appreciated.
Thank you.
Okay. We will take a short break to hear a word from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back. So please stay with us.
Looking for that perfect birthday party idea for your child? I have exactly what you're looking for, a pool or gym party at the West Hills Tennis and Fitness Center. Hi, this is Brad. Contact me today at 774-7102 to schedule the party every child will love. Birthday party packages are available year-round. West Hills Tennis and Fitness Center, encouraging and promoting a healthy lifestyle.
Hello, I'm Glenn Mager.
And I'm Michael Mager with the Brick Mager Funeral Home and the Medford Funeral Home. At Brick Mager, we are privileged to have served the families of Steele County community for 118 years.
Whether you choose traditional burial or cremation, we promise the tribute your loved one deserves with the peace of mind that you require.
We are proud to be part of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, this is Barry Gillespie, president of ERA Gillespie Real Estate, where our pledge is to save you money, save you time, and simplify your life. And we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, I'm Betsy Linger from the Owatonna Foundation. Your generosity has made Owatonna a better place to live by benefiting our community, the arts, recreation, and education. Please consider a donation today. The Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hawk Ridge, September 2015. A lot of hawk watchers today.
Oh, I found a kettle. Right above Diagonal Road. Not very high. Just above the first dark gray cloud.
Oh, nice.
There's a kettle of broadwings.
Yeah, they're in the woods. You know, watch it. There's 12 different types of raptors hunting, plus.
I know. It's like, oh, well, Merlin's not talking.
Is that a Merlin?
It is a Merlin. So we've got two different birds for you this time. I'll give you a second to come on over. So we've got a little bit of variety. We have a Merlin here on my left, your guys is right, and a sharp-shinned hawk. So we've got two females for you, both hatch years. And so this is a really good way that you can compare some of the differences between our two birds that we've got. So we've got one member of the falcon family and one member of the accipiter family. And you can see they're pretty similar in size right here. This is actually pretty exciting for me. I've only held the male Merlins before, so she feels pretty nice and solid in my hand. Of course, females are a lot larger than the males when it comes to raptors. And it's going to be hard to get her to look at you guys, because she's very interested in seeing who the heck is holding her like this right now. But as she is doing her lovely beak demonstration right here, you can see a special feature that falcons have. They've got what we call a toenail tooth. So you can see, if you're up close at least, she's got a little extra bump on the bottom of her beak there, or actually on the top part of her beak. And that means that when she grabs something in the air, she doesn't necessarily have to use her talons to kill it the way that a Sharpie will, a sharp-shinned hawk. She can actually fit that toenail tooth right around the vertebra of her prey and just twist and snap it right there in the air. So that is very good for falcons because they are all about speed. So we'll see if she wants to work on this here. You can see that falcons have really, really pointy wings, and they have nice torpedo or bullet-shaped bodies. So that's going to enable them to be really, really aerodynamic and to basically go at high speeds. If you compare that to a sharp-shinned hawk's wing in our accipiter family, you can see it's much more rounded, a little bit shorter in proportion to her body length, and that's going to enable her to be much more maneuverable. So these are both hatch-year birds, and especially with our sharp-shinned, there's a couple different plumage cues we can look at to tell us that she just hatched this year. Tell us about that.
So yeah, for the sharp-shinned hawks, we can tell that this is a hatch-year bird because it has yellow eyes. So if you look at this bird's eyes, they're a nice yellow color. When they get older, it'll turn into a more orange color, and then their third year, they'll get the deep red, and they'll keep that for the rest of their lives. Another way that we can tell that this bird is a young bird is by its plumage. So it has vertical streaking on its chest, and it's a really nice white with brown streaking. When they get older, they'll get kind of a horizontal barring and it'll be a really rusty orangish color. Also, the color of this bird's back right now is a brown. When they get older, they will turn into a slate gray color.
All right, since we do have two, we're gonna start letting these guys get on their way since they were just banded here, so they are migrating and they've got a long ways to go. Have you leave your left hand down at your side, hold your right hand out in a C, just like that, very good. Push her around so we can put your right hand here. All right. Just like that. So right over my hand, so a little bit lower. Right, so you're like a little lower. Yeah, there you go. Okay, yep, you don't have to squeeze quite that hard.
Come over here.
You're gonna put, yep, you're good, you're good. You wanna put your other hand around her back? So just like that. Yep, right over her back there, a little bit lower, right over your other hand. Okay, there you go. Feel good? Yeah. All right, look at Ben, he's gonna take your picture.
So if you want to hold it right in front of your chest. Excellent.
All right, and then we're going to count to 3, and you're going to hold her up just like the Statue of Liberty again. And then on the count of 3, you're just going to give her a toss up into the air. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And there she goes.
Eye color. So if you look really close, this bird has a really pretty gray eye color. And if it were to be a female, it would be more of a brownish color. And on its breast, you can see the really pretty kind of rufous red color looking on its chest. And on the back, it has a really pretty gray color. And I'll move my fingers around a little bit so you can see. Hold on a sec. Harriers are really docile. They're really kind of chill. So you can see they also have lots of wing. They're white rump patch.
Yep.
So as they're flying, that's one thing that's kind of a key indicator of what this bird is that white rump patch. As this bird gets older, it will continue to have that white rump patch, but one thing that will change about this bird drastically is the rest of its color. So that eye is going to turn into a really pretty yellow color. And these ones, when they're older, we call them the gray ghost. And that's because they turn pretty much all gray and they have really pretty dark wingtips. So this bird, I've actually never seen an adult male harrier before. They're really cool to see, I guess, though, because they're so gray. They are. And it's pretty spectacular. The females are going to stay looking about this same color. And as I was walking up with this bird, I heard one of the little girls that's been here for a while say, "Whoa, its face kind of looks like an owl." And she was exactly right. So that might be something that you're noticing right now, that on its face, it has those facial discs. So those markings and those feathers that make it kind of round around their face. And as I'm talking, if you'd like to, you can put your hands like a C back behind your ears. And as I'm talking, you might notice that my voice because of those facial discs. So with this bird, it can, unlike how a lot of raptors hunt, usually hawks and falcons, things like that, are hunting with their eyesight. These ones, because of that facial disc, they can funnel that sound almost like a big satellite on their head, funnel that sound straight into their ears. So they really like to hunt with their ears. And the thing that they're hunting for is pretty much anything that they can catch. So rodents or anything that's running around on top of the snow. These guys don't really like to fly super far. They don't migrate super far. It's just wherever they can find their food during the winter. And what else was I going to tell you? So this bird is a wild bird. It came down to our banding station, which is down the woods, or down the road, down in the woods. And you can see right here below my hand, that little band on there. That's an aluminum band that we put on the bird. And the nice thing about birds is when they fly out of the nest, that's as large as that bird will ever be. So as far as putting that band on them, it's not going to ever get tighter or anything like that. And with banding, the thing that's really nice about banding is we can gain research from the birds that if they were to be recaptured somewhere else, wherever they're migrating, we can tell where they're migrating to. We can also maybe tell how old the bird is or how healthy the bird is now versus the first time that it was banded and captured. But like I said, this is a wild bird, so I'll take questions after we release this bird, but I would like to get this bird on its way. And with harriers, one thing I want to show you first though, is They aren't like sharpshins. They can't just all of a sudden fly right off of the hand and go on their way. They need a little bit more of a boost, and they have these really beautiful long, long pointy wings. So they have really long pointy wings, and they have that longer tail. And as they're flying away, you're going to notice their flight pattern, and I'll talk about that more once the bird is flying away, but watch for how it's flying away. If you don't see a white rump on a harrier, the other dead giveaway is its flight pattern as it's flying. So right-handed. So I'm going to put the bird in your right hand, and you're actually going to hold the bird around kind of like this, and then when you release, it's going to be up like this. So I'm going to have you take a couple steps back. And you're in the front, can you just scrunch down your feet? So how you're going to release the bird is you'll have it like this, and you'll be kind of 1, 2, and then with these birds, we really got to give them a nice big toss up. So pretend like it's a big old basketball, you're just tossing up in the air. And he's a little fidgety, so don't worry about that. Just keep your hands nice and tight on him. And other than that, you should be good. So I'm going to put my hand over the top of the bird like that. Since your hands are so big, you don't actually need your other hand. So you can just set that one by your side. So right over here, right over this there. And folks, we're going to do it on the count of 3. So you ready? 1, 2, 3. There it goes.
Amy Swain Hearing Centers is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better.
Hi, I'm Tim Anderson, the owner of Anytime Fitness, where we make getting healthy affordable and convenient. Anytime Fitness is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. Well, it's that time in the program when we share what's going on in the community. The 26th Annual Festival of Trees, Advocates for Developmental Disabilities of Steele County invites you to support our programs by participating in our 26th Annual Festival of Trees. We hope you will purchase a tree, become a corporate sponsor, or make a monetary donation for our Festival of Trees fundraiser. Your contribution is being used for individuals with developmental disabilities in Steele County. Please call Advocates for Developmental Disabilities at 451-9769. On Saturday, September 17th, the 4th annual fundraising event for the Children Remembered Orphanage Legacy Trust will be held on the State School Orphanage grounds at 540 West Hills Circle, Owatonna, Minnesota from 2 to 5 p.m. This year's family-centered event includes musical entertainment, horse-drawn wagon rides, performance of We Were Called State Schoolers, mush-eating competition with local celebrities, and other fun family activities. 8th Annual Watershed-wide Cleanup Event. Join us at the Morehouse Park Chalet on September 17th at 9 a.m. and please sign up at www.crwp.net. To date, 110,000 pounds of trash and debris have been removed from our waterways. Volunteers receive free lunch and a souvenir. And Culturfest will be introducing a new activity this year, the Amazing Culture Race. The race is modeled after the popular TV show The Amazing Race and is open to 12 teams of 2 people each. Teams will race on bicycles along a predetermined route and completing different cultural changes at pit stops. And you can go to www.culturefest.org if you want to find out more about that event. Well, we hope you enjoyed today's program, and we hope you will join us on Monday when we'll be visiting Sacred Hearts and hear about the 150th anniversary, and we'll be at the Owatonna Public Library learning about some good books for fall reading. So you'll want to join us on Monday. Until then, have a great weekend, and we will see you on Monday.